Hey, welcome to Guitar Knobs, the guitars, gear, noise, and nonsense podcast, hosted today by these knobs.
Tony Dudzik, Pickardian.
Hey everybody, it's me, Todd Novak. Welcome to the Guitar Knobs podcast. We're thrilled, Jeff, that you are listening to our show. Indeed. The record button is on.
Red means good.
And we're watching it like hawks.
Is red good?
Red good.
You think green would be good.
You'd think so.
But it wasn't last time.
No, green is bad.
Green bad.
Yeah.
Red good.
Yes. So apologies, because we know that you wait on bated breath every morning in the early part of the week for another delightful episode. Please forgive us for that. Please forgive me.
It's all Todd's fault.
I'm just gonna take the blame.
Go to rocksfortodd.com.
It's totally Paul's fault. No, but I'm gonna take the blame on this one. And
Who is this Paul that you speak of?
oh, we should introduce him.
Yeah. Guest, who are you?
I am Paul J. Meredith of Hangman FX.
And the J stands for Justice. Is that correct?
It is.
Tonight it is.
Yes. We'll use that sparingly but effectively.
Yes.
How's that?
Like a black truffle.
Yeah.
We'll just shave a little bit here and there.
Just like a black truffle. Yes. Okay, well, here's the thing. We've got some really amazing pedals from Hangman FX.
Indeed.
Which Paul runs. Paul, where can people find the things that you do?
You can find our pedals to buy at hangmanfx.com. And then in terms of like content, I mostly post on Instagram, but we also have a YouTube where our like more like official demos and stuff go. So those are like the three places.
Okay. We have got, like we said, a table full of pedals. He was gracious enough to send out his full lineup.
Yeah.
And it really blew us away. The artistry, the creativity, and the
number of knobs and switches.
The number of knobs and switches, and the sound. I mean, wow. It's very, very impressive. We hope you take a look either as soon as you finish listening or as you are listening. That's even better.
As long as you're not driving.
Right. So, Paul, if it's okay with you, we just have an announcement or two, and then we're going to get into what's going on in our music world this week. Okay?
Sounds good.
All righty.
I have an announcement.
Oh, love it.
So I just read recently that the Stray Cats will be back to touring. Brian Setzer had some sort of condition that prevented him from playing guitar. So they had to cancel the 2025 tour. And apparently he's feeling much better. He described it as playing guitar with gloves on, which probably is not conducive to good guitar tone.
Yeah. He just checked in to see what condition his condition was in.
And his condition is better. So actually they're going to be playing over by Dayton at Rose whatever outdoor amphitheater.
Oh.
So I might head over to that.
Okay.
So
that's cool. Anybody opening?
I don't know. It'd be
That's
cool.
a good question, isn't it, Todd?
Todd, that's an excellent question. Outstanding. Beautiful.
Yes. Let's see.
Do you have an announcement?
For me, I am busting at the seams to tell everybody all the cool stuff that we're doing. I have tried to leak it to as few people as possible.
As many people, except for Tony.
I'm bad at keeping it secret, apparently. But I'm just absolutely busting at the seams, and I can't tell you yet, but it's going to be real soon, everybody. We do have Dr. No up he's going to be on our show on the day of...
The day of our 10th anniversary?
Our 10th anniversary, which is April 18th. Yeah, that's coming soon.
Love it.
And we have just a stack of fantastic guests. Even Paul here is in that stack.
He's a stack.
It's a big stack of
I'm a
awesomeness.
stacker.
He's an anniversary stacker.
Yes. Okay, what else?
Can you give us a hint?
No.
Oh.
Can't. Other than we've worked really hard to make some just amazing things for you guys happen. So,
yeah.
Aside from that, why don't we get into it? Because we've got an awful lot of pedals to talk about here.
Am I going to get flowers on their anniversary?
What is the 10th? I can't remember what the 10th.
The 10th anniversary,
paper.
aluminum or tin?
Tin.
Yes.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
Or aluminium.
I'll get you a tin of
If it's
oysters.
aluminum, you can get a pedal.
No, I was trying to not have to say that. Thanks, Paul. Now
could I
I'm
have
into
a-
him for a pedal.
Could I have a beer instead?
Yeah. Yes, I can get you one of those. Anyways, let's figure out what happened in our worlds this week. Music worlds this week. We're going to start with Tanya Bolonsky.
Thank you.
And we are going to then transition over to Paul, Mr. Justice.
Yes.
Meredith.
Very nice. Well, this week, excited about a couple of upcoming shows here in Columbus. First one's coming up May 5th, and my new favorite band, the Lemon Twigs, is playing a relatively small hall concert. Love these guys. It's like Brian Wilson meets the Beatles meets I don't know what, but it is so up my alley. It's perfect. So I'm really excited to see them in person. And then in October, I got tickets for the Weezer The Gathering tour. They're playing at a big arena here in town, and the Shins are going to play with them, and Silver Sun Pickups.
Wow.
So it's going to be a killer show.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about that. And that's we do have some decent music coming to town.
That's great.
But
Yes.
just was it yesterday?
Uh-huh.
It might have been
Maybe.
yesterday.
Yesterday was Monday.
I get my notifications from Musician's Friend. They pop up and say,
Yeah.
"Here's your stupid deal of the day."
Yeah.
Well, it turns out that I had been looking for one of these for quite some time.
Uh-huh.
And it
A
was
left-handed baritone 7-string fan fret ukulele.
close. This the deal of the day was the Esquire Deluxe.
Uh-huh.
So this is like a
Single pickup.
It's a single wide range humbucker
Uh-huh.
in a 70s, the big guard
Yeah.
Telecasters.
Yeah. That's cool.
And they had it on the stupid deal was $289
Why aren't you telling me this stuff, Tony?
because
Cripes.
I want the one who dies with the most guitars wins.
Man.
So it's going to be here tomorrow actually, and
Is it maple fingerboard or?
it is a maple board, and it's got a I forget what the wood is. It's kind of like a mahogany. It's a mocha finish as they would have big black guard,
Yeah.
single wide range humbucker, and then it's got a 3-way rotary switch.
That's super cool.
So the rotary switch does
Are you
this.
trying to make me more upset?
Yes. So the rotary switch in the middle position is typical, the standard humbucker in through the controls.
Mm-hmm.
In the up position, it is a coil tap, so it turns it into a single coil pickup.
Uh-huh.
In the down position is the full humbucker bypassing the controls. So a direct out.
Wow.
So I think it's going to be really cool. All the reviews I've read of it say everybody just loves this thing, and I love single pickup guitars. That's my thing.
Yeah.
And for that kind of money,
Paul, are you a single pickup fella?
I just discovered the beauty of the single pickup not too long ago, and I'm very intrigued by it. My main guitar is a double pickup, but I do want to get myself a really nice single pickup.
Mm-hmm. What is your main guitar?
My main guitar is a Fender Telecaster, the Chinese kind, the kind that's like $600 or something like that.
Yeah.
I changed out the pickups on it though, put some really high gain Duncan pickups on it, and it just sounds amazing. It's the only guitar I've ever played where the bridge and the neck, I equally love both of the sounds of both of them.
Yeah, that is pretty rare.
Yeah.
how about the middle position with both on?
It's great too, but I kind of I usually just kind of go full force one or the other, but the middle position's great too.
Nice.
Very cool. So double humbucker.
No.
Yeah.
Is it a double humbucker or the regular single coils?
Oh crap!
Because he said it was a
P90s?
bridge and a neck. Oh yeah. So it is. It's like what you were just talking about, Tony, but it's got the P90s in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what you might want to, if you haven't gotten into the single pickup guitars, start with a Junior, a Les Paul Junior, and that will set your course. That was my entry drug, and I still have a few Juniors laying around, but those are magical guitars if you get the right one and with the right pickup.
Yeah, they're magically expensive too.
And then not when I bought them.
Well,
Frosted Lucky Charms,
Yeah.
they're magically expensive.
yeah, pretty much.
So, but anyhow, so I will have a full report at our next episode as to my findings of this.
I can't wait to see it.
Squire Esquire.
Yeah.
Isn't that funny? Squire Esquire.
Yes. I remember ages ago I had one of the 70s. It was a double. Was it double P90? Yeah, I think it's a double P90 with the big guard, kind of guard.
Big guard.
But I kept hitting the toggle up by the upper shoulder, and
Yeah, that happens.
so I put dual rocker switches in.
Ooh.
Because why not complicate it?
Yeah.
So I could do one up, one off, both on, or it was just hard to remember. Like, wait, is up, is down up, or is up down? And then pretty soon,
Down should always be
it's
on.
a Spaceballs.
Down
thing.
should always be on.
I know. I can't remember.
It's a pretty weird place to put the pickup switch. I always accidentally hit it.
Yeah. And,
I
all
think
the guitars that I have that have the pickup switch, even like the Vikings and everything, I take the little nubbin off. So it's just that's just enough clearance so my flailing punk rock hands, don't get in the way.
Oh, that gives you a good spot to really dig into your skin so you can bleed heavily.
Yeah, so that makes me not want to do it.
Now, I think the reason that
Rock and roll.
they
Yeah.
put that up there is
Yeah.
because they were at the time, I think, trying to play off of Les Pauls, which have their pickup selector up there
Yeah.
too. And I'm as much as I love Telecasters, I've never been in love with the the blade switch down below. I usually flip my control plate around and have the switch out of the way.
Yeah.
But
And that puts the volume up front too, which is nice.
You can
for
use
the
your
old
if you like
pinky
if you're
wah.
like a pinky swell.
Yeah.
Pinky Swell, that's my new band.
Yeah. Swollen pinky.
Ooh.
Anyways,
Paul,
that.
what's going on in your musical world this week?
Ooh, in terms of bands, I've been listening to a couple different bands actually. I just discovered maybe a couple months ago. The first one is Hank Wood and the Hammerheads. I don't even know if they're still around, but just a really cool band. They've evolved a lot. If you listen to like their first record and then their newest one, very different sound. But it's just a cool kind of blend of like thrashy shoegaze and then like 70s Brit punk or something. It's the high energy, just really fun music. Yeah.
I'll have to check
And
them out.
then another band that's kind of in this similar vein actually is Bass Drum of Death. Very cool band name. But similar vein, a little more like Black Keys-ish, a little more like blues-ish, but really high energy, fun sounds. And then a classic that I've been listening to lately. Sometimes I'll just like dive back into a band and listen to them for weeks. But Dead Kennedys.
Oh man,
I love the Dead Kennedys.
yeah, that's
Just such a good band.
East Bay Ray, what a crazy good guitar player.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man. And of course,
I saw them
Jello,
live.
you can't go wrong with Jello.
Oh yeah, I saw them live years ago, 5 or 6 years ago or something, and it wasn't Jello. Jello wasn't there, but their new singer was uncanny. He sounded exactly like him. It was unbelievable.
Wow.
So, and all the other members, I believe, were there. So it was still a really, really fun show, even without Jello.
That's
Nice.
cool. That's cool. That was such a huge band when I was growing up. My goodness.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
like you couldn't escape it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they almost... I mean, they might have been solely responsible for truly hitting the start button on like band marketing. Because everybody knew what the DK logo looked like.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I definitely had a couple patches.
Yeah, it was on everything.
Yeah.
And before that, was there? That's a big question.
Yeah.
You tell me, world.
There was kiss patches.
Kiss patches,
Yeah.
but that was different. That was different.
That was total mainstream marketing.
Yes, this was all by the streets.
DIY.
Yeah. Anyways,
What about you, Todd? What's
I'm
going
glad
on
you
in your
asked,
musical
Tony.
world this week?
That's great. Yesterday was my birthday.
Happy
Oh, thank you, George. Yes.
Tell me about the rabbits.
Well, I'm going to share 3 really cool things that I got.
Yes.
Number 1 is this amazing book. Now, Paul, Tony and I are fanatics about Toast of London, this comedy series.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you have not seen Toast of London, as I swore, I'm going to check out the Hammerheads. I need you to commit to me. You got a pinky swear to me. You're going to watch
I'm
Toast
writing
of
it down
London.
Toast
right
of
now.
London.
Yeah, the original one, not the Hollywood version of that.
And,
Okay.
and if you can't find it anywhere,
You can find it. It's out there.
you
Trust
do-
me.
you
Don't
do
listen
a-
to Tony.
You do a search on that YouTube's and
Oh, yeah.
and just Toast of London. Even if you see some of the highlights of the show,
Yes.
oh my God,
What is it? Give me like a little summary.
You know who Matt Berry is?
yeah.
Okay, yeah. He, What We Do in the Shadows. It's the series he
yeah.
did before that is a million times funnier.
He plays
think.
plays a
Okay.
washed up actor who now does voiceover work.
Yes.
And
It's fantastic.
It's just
We quote it on the show all the time, and I'm sure a lot of people don't even know what the heck we're talking about. But anyways,
I will definitely check that out.
it's the best. And now, I have in front of me a book that says Toast on Toast, Cautionary Tales and Candid Advice from Matthew Berry, a.k.a. Stephen Toast. I cannot wait to read this. Thank you so much, Tony.
You're welcome.
I
I knew you'd like it,
love it.
and it's a fast read.
What? Well, I mean, I'll take my time. Anyways, and then
Read it twice.
Billy Spitfire, as many of you know, who kind of helped us co-host for a while, and a very good friend of ours, and a massive guitar force in our community here.
Yeah.
Gave me a painting
Oh, really?
of Willie Nelson. I commented on it a couple years ago, and I'm like, man, that's a great painting of Willie Nelson, and he gave it to me.
Was it a bare chest?
gave it to me.
Was it a bare chested Willie Nelson?
They told me to take it.
Billy likes to paint nudies.
Well, nudies is
Yeah, what kind of painting are we talking about?
Old trigger.
Willie Nelson. Yes. We'll
We'll leave it at that.
yeah. Everybody have a good laugh. No, it's the redheaded stranger. It's a portrait of him. So,
Nice. Number
and,
3?
and then the last thing I got from the gentleman that owns the company I work at.
Yes.
He gave me a really cool Philadelphia band that I'd never heard of called Purling Hiss.
Purling Hiss.
I suspect they had to. There was a little play on the capitals there.
Oh.
Yes, so you'd be hurling your
Stuff.
stuff. Yes. Anyways, and that was fantastic. It was really good.
Huh.
I dig it. It's like unhinged, but not one of those ones where you're like, oh man, these guys don't know how to. They lost it. Now it's a jam band, or it's like really tastefully controlled chaos and loudness. Based on what you were telling me about some of these other bands, Paul, I think you might actually really dig Purling Hiss.
I'm writing it down.
It's on Discogs. They've got a handful of albums.
Nice.
Anyways, so thank you to my friends for all those lovely
How old are you now?
gifts.
How old are you now?
You know what, Tony?
He's like a woman. He won't tell us how old he is.
I am
know
putting
how old he
together a couple special things, and in doing that,
Yes.
those special things have to do with pedals. But in order to make that happen, I fortunately have a big box of Tour Gear Designs patch cables.
That is so fortunate.
It gets me through the night, Tony.
Yes, whatever gets you
And-
through the night.
Yes, I have fortunately all kinds of what do you call it? Orientations.
Yes.
U-shaped ones.
You? No.
Yeah.
S or C.
C-shaped one. Well, it looks more like a U to me.
Yeah, you look like
Yeah,
a U to
yeah.
me. Yeah,
anyways,
forget about
anyways,
it.
And S-shaped ones and links of all kinds.
So you can go top to top or top to side
Yeah.
as necessary.
Yes, or from if you gotta you get all your pedals up all the way across the top, and you go like, now I got to connect them to the ones on the bottom. Good thing they have like 18-inch connection cables.
I think they have longer ones than that
They do.
even.
They have 24. They even have longer ones than that.
But there's got to be some special deal that
There
we
is.
can get.
If you load up your cart and
Load
you
it
hit
up.
purchase, you're going to get a coupon window that is going to say enter your code. And what are you going to enter, Tony?
I think you're going to put in the guitar knobs, all lowercase, all one word.
That is correct. And you're going to save how much?
15%.
That is correct.
15.
And you'll be happy, happy, happy. They arrive really quick,
Yeah,
and
yes.
your board will thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much for Tour Gear for sponsoring our 4 on the Floor.
Let me get a little bit of this.
1, 2, 3.
4 on the floor.
All right, Paul, Mr. Justice, Meredith of Hangman FX. Give us your 4 on the floor.
All right. So I'll start off with a necessity because I can't really live without it. The Walrus ACS1, which I just realized the other day stands for Amp Cab Sim. I never put that together, but ACS, yeah.
It just happened to coincide with it because it's a Vox box, right?
No, it's multiple.
It's a multiple box.
It's like anything you want.
I thought it was
It's just an
Vox
Amp
box.
Cab Sim.
No,
Yeah,
it's not a
got all
Vox
kinds
box.
of sound. Yeah, what a coincidence that it's called ACS and it's an Amp Cab Sim. That's crazy. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, just a really great Amp Cab Sim. I scoured the internet finding some IRs that I really like. So it's a good kind of baseline when I'm testing out pedals because I know what it sounds like. And any pedal I send through it, I know what it should sound like. And yeah, it's just a solid piece of recording gear. You plug it straight into your computer and it just sounds great. So love
Now,
that pedal.
does that give you the opportunity to choose different amp types as well as cabinet types, or is it just strictly cabinet?
Yeah, there's like I have the original one. There's a version 2 out, which I think gives you even more options. But there's like at least like 9 amps.
Wow.
And then for the IRs, you can load anything you want into it. So you can find IRs online
Now,
and load them in.
For those that may not know, have heard the term or fully understand the term IR, would you mind giving your take on what that is?
Ooh. This might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's right. So the amp part is kind of built into the pedal. The cab sim, I think, is where the IRs come into play. So the IRs are like different cabs. So you can download, hundreds of different IRs. I think it stands for impulse response.
Oh, yes.
So it's kind of like how the amp part or the cab part of the pedal sounds. So you can get vastly different sounds by just loading in different IRs. Mm-hmm. So it's, pretty versatile.
Huh.
Okay, excellent. And just out of curiosity, if you have that on your board, are you only going like directly to your computer? Does it have a direct out? Like how do you ultimately use that yourself to get your sound?
Yeah, it basically acts like an amp that's mic'd. So you plug it straight into your interface and it just sounds like an amp. I mean, I also have amps too, of course. Mm-hmm. When you're making pedals, you got to test them out on as many things as you can because everything sounds so different. But that's why I love the ACS1 as just kind of a good baseline that I can always go back to. But you just plug it straight into your computer and it sounds like you're mic'd up on a really nice amp.
Excellent. I have more questions about that later as they pertain to your pedals.
Nice. How about number 2?
Number 2, also a staple. I think electric guitars can really sound flat and kind of sterile without a good reverb. So my reverb that is my go-to is the CXM 1978. It's the one with the motorized faders on it.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of Chase Bliss and Empress, or
Empress
is that
Audio?
right? No, Maris.
Oh.
Maris. Chase Bliss and Maris.
Okay.
Yeah. So they like collabed and made this amazing reverb pedal. And my favorite thing about it, because I tested out, I did like a huge test for months where I bought like every reverb pedal there is. Maybe not every one there is, but all the kind of like famous, like really popular ones. Because I really wanted a short plate reverb, like a nice short one, because they're all so long. Like some of these pedals were really great, but the shortest reverb they had was like 3 seconds long. I'm like, that's just way too big of a reverb.
Yeah.
So that was my favorite thing about the CXM is like it has a really nice short reverb that just gives you that ambiance and that kind of room feeling. So that's my favorite thing about it, which is funny because it does all these amazing long luscious reverbs, but I just go to the really simple short plate.
Yep.
Now you said that it has motorized sliders on it. Is that like for presets or how?
Yeah. So it's like if you have a preset saved, you know where all the knobs are because the sliders just move to wherever they are. So I actually got super into that for a while because I wanted to make a pedal myself with motorized faders, and I still might. It's still kind of an idea that I'm kicking around, but it's really complicated because they're very loud, like digitally. They cause a lot of noise. So I don't know what they did, but they're geniuses over there, and they figured it out because I don't hear any noise at all.
Perhaps they have tiny people inside that actually move them.
You know, that's what I was thinking. It's definitely possible.
Yes.
It's not a cheap pedal, so yeah, it's possible.
Yeah.
I remember when we had Maris on, it was if you're not familiar, not you, Paul, people who are listening and not familiar with some of the Maris products, I mean, it really is on another level.
Oh yeah.
It's
yeah.
pretty remarkable what they're able to do. And they were great guests. Very kind, very like loved talking about it. It was great. Awesome. Number three, I'll kind of go the other way and get a little weird with it. Not necessarily a staple that I have to have, but it's a go-to because it just sounds so good. The hologram microcosm. It's like a granular delay, but it does a million things. I've probably only just scratched the surface of what it can do. But it just sounds so cinematic. I do film score sometimes, and it's one of those pedals where you can just pluck one note and it sounds like a movie.
Oh, wow.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's a great tool.
So when you're, let's talk about the arrays. In the digital world, if you do, by digital, I just mean graphics and stuff. If you set an array, it just like it'll create either an abstract or a chaos pattern or some kind of like little artifacts, and they it makes like a cloud of dust or something.
Exactly.
Is that translate about the same way with that pedal?
Yeah, totally. There's a bunch of different modes, so they all sound different. But my favorite one is just the very first one. You just turn on the pedal, and it's the very first one, and it's just a granular delay. So you pluck one note, and it does high octaves and low octaves, and it does all these little kind of glitchy little bits of sound based on the note you played.
Yeah.
So you can just play a couple notes, and it just goes wild with this like beautiful cinematic sound.
I suspect that another way to achieve that would be with the talk box and pop rocks.
Definitely.
I bet that would do almost the same thing. Right?
Maybe. It would definitely be granular.
We got to try that. All right.
I'll go first. I don't want your spit on the talk box.
Yeah, I don't want the. Well, now, yeah. Okay. Anyways,
We'll get our own tubes.
yeah. Okay. Last one.
Last one. I've got to go to the basics of just what I need to survive in the world, which is a good overdrive and fuzz. And I can't choose between the two. So I have to go with the Beatronics Royal Jelly.
Oh, yep.
Sorry. It is just an incredible pedal. I love the way you can blend the fuzz and overdrive. It was definitely a lot of inspiration for the dagger, because you can also do that with the dagger. And I bought it. It was the first Beatronics pedal I ever bought. This is before I found out that they're literally down the street from me on my same street. And I needed like it's actually a funny story related to the whole kind of topic of the show, but I needed like a really small repair, like a nut or something replaced. And I found out by emailing them that they're, down a couple blocks away from me. And the guy was like, just come over, we'll hang out. He like showed me the whole place and gave me a tour.
That's awesome.
They were just the nicest guys ever. Yeah. And since then I've like been to their parties and seen them many times, and they're just the nicest dudes ever. And it was really cool to see an operating, working pedal company in a little shop down the street. It made it feel like attainable. Like, okay, this is something I could maybe do. Like, and they were, very inspiring.
Yeah.
Nice.
Their whole aesthetic was a real game changer when they came along. Philip's been on the show a couple times. We're actually going to have him back on in the summer,
cool.
I think.
Yeah,
he's got a couple releases that he's working on. But what an absolute gem of a guy.
Yeah.
Didn't
they have somebody in a bee suit at the NAMM show?
Yeah, beheads, and actually no, and then the one. That was the one after. Before that, they had the actual suit, the beekeeper.
Beekeeper, that's what it was, not the bees.
Yeah. But they're not beak keepers.
No, thankfully.
Yeah. Toast reference. Okay. Happy to work them in whenever we can, ladies and gentlemen.
You got to do what you got to do. That's number 4.
That is number 4. That's great. And speaking of 4, we've got 5 on it right in front of our eyeballs here. So we're going to transition into the Hangman FX section of our delightful thing that we're doing here today.
Yes.
You, first of all, thank you. Thank you so much for just absolutely just saying, check these all out. Really, really mind-blowing stuff. I'm going to try very hard not to just continue to lavish like wow kind of things. We're going to actually talk about these.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. But first, I think it would be a good idea for us to have an understanding of how does one get to the point that you are at now making these things. Where did your interest of building or electronics, or maybe it was both, start?
So I was born in, no, I'm just kidding. Classic. So I grew up playing music, playing in different bands, pretty much my whole young adult life. And then I got into filmmaking in my early 20s and kind of transitioned to filmmaking. And I always still played music. I score my own movies and I do like kind of solo music all the time and stuff. But when COVID hit, it like a lot of people's story involves COVID hitting. Yeah. When COVID
really
hit,
does.
It's crazy how kind of integral that's become to so many stories you hear these days. But filmmaking kind of became a no-no, just something you can't really do. You can't really collab with dozens of people, during the pandemic. So I really got back into music in a big way, and especially electronic music for the first time ever. I've always been very much an acoustic, kind of simple blues, indie rock kind of stuff guy. But I got a little more into like synths and electronic music, and that kind of brought me back to pedals after like more than a decade or two of being away from the pedal world. I kind of rediscovered it and was like, wow, this whole world has evolved so much. And that led me to the DIY world, which I didn't even know existed. Other part of the story is I was already really into like building things. So I was building knives and rings and woodworking and stuff. So when I discovered the DIY world of pedals, I was like, oh, that's perfect. I can combine all my passions. I can shoot videos for them, and I can also build something, and it's music related. So it's, all 3 things that I love all together. So it just kind of clicked.
I can see how that would be useful in a bar setting or something, like, oh, hi, my name's Cheryl. And you're like, hey, I make knives. Oh, and rings. Oh.
And ring knives.
Knives you can wear on your fingers.
I'm wearing them now. Ah! Yeah. Okay. Let's dial this back in, guys. Okay.
Sorry.
Now, did you find that you took to the handling of electronics, putting it all together, and the circuits and everything? Did that come very naturally to you, or was that a bit of a struggle?
I think, I don't know. I've always been like good at math and stuff, like back in school, long time ago, but I've always been kind of like good at like technical things and like math and stuff. But I think it didn't really come very easily to me. I'm still very much not an expert on electrical engineering or anything like that. But I just kind of started seeing the patterns in different schematics and circuits and kind of learning what all the components do, and then started Frankensteining different things together. And but I'm still, always learning. Everybody's always, in that journey of learning. So I don't know, maybe like medium. It sort of came easy, but also not.
Well, that's I'm impressed because the 5 pedals that you sent us are all. These are fairly complex pedals that you have to spend some time with.
Complex pedals for being like an analog, drive type pedal mostly.
Yeah.
There's not much you didn't work into these. I can't think of anything that you didn't put in them, which is cool.
That's years and years of developing those pedals.
And so how many years have you been at this?
So around COVID is when I started getting into the DIY pedal world.
That's right.
So
that was
about
my bad.
5 years.
Forgot you mentioned that. But I was I didn't know if you were tinkering and building before then.
Yeah. Well, some of the things definitely apply to what I was doing before, like the LEDs. That's a big thing in the ring world, is putting like meteorite or dinosaur bone or whatever into rings. So I was already doing that with the rings I was making. And I was like, man, no one's done this with pedals, I'm pretty sure. So that's where that whole LED thing came from.
It's the first time we've ever seen anything like that.
And I think it's really cool. Just so people who haven't seen your product line, many of your pedals have where the LED is clear, and there's little pieces of chainmail, there's little pieces of a dagger, there's little pieces of a meteorite or dinosaur bone. And so it's just an added really kind of cool feature that, every time you kick the pedal on, you get to see all that cool stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. You also, something that struck me about your pedals, especially with the graphics, and not just on the pedal, but just how you're treating your brand, and also the artifacts that you're putting in here. It sounds like you have a penchant for history. Is that? Did I come to a foregone conclusion?
No, I'm into all kinds of random stuff, but definitely history is one of them. And once I kind of discovered or figured out that I'm going to do this LED thing, I was like, well, the artifacts that are inside the LEDs should relate to the pedal and the kind of the theme or the story of the pedal. So like in the Tyrannosaur Mega Driver, there's T-Rex bone in it. And that kind of helps kind of tell the whole story of, the backstory of the pedal. And it was kind of just a nice way to like make it cohesive and consistent between the different pedals.
Mm. Indeed, they all have stories, and one of the other things before we start getting into what they actually do and everything, this is how enamored we were with everything that isn't the sound coming out of these. Yeah. You did a great job of telling us all about this. I mean, each pedal comes with a 3-panel fold out, and there's nowhere else to put words on any of this, which and your settings which is very helpful, especially
Yes.
with the complex pedal that you can do so many things with.
Yeah. I always
Including
tell
leaving
people,
room to do your own. So that you like
Exactly,
That's
yeah.
super cool.
Yeah, I always tell people the first thing you should do is start with the favorite settings in the manual, because that's just the easiest way to kick off your journey of learning the pedal.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I did when I tried them out, and I said, "Oh, that's what this does. Oh, that's what that does. Oh." And it's really cool. Now, to be honest, this is not a pedal. Any of these pedals are not pedals that you can just sit there and play around with for 5 minutes and say, "Oh, that's what it does." You got to spend some time with these.
Yeah, you should.
And I mean, it's the rewards are in the sounds.
Yes. And another thing you probably shouldn't do is bring it to an acoustic show.
Yeah.
This is high
Voltage.
high noise pedals. But not insane, like out of control noise. It's just these are all pretty high gain pedals. That's not where they start, but they definitely get there very quickly.
Yeah.
So I don't want to make it seem like these are like unusable unless you're doing ultra high gain.
Or could you take it to an acoustic gig?
You could. That would be a surprise for many that were probably listening. Anyways,
Maybe just the Lord Drum Fet.
So what was the first pedal that you put together in this product line?
Yeah. So some would say stupidly, but looking back, I guess I'm okay with how I did it. But my launch day, which was not last Halloween, but the Halloween before that, so a little bit over a year, my launch day, I wanted to come out with a bang. So I released 6 if you include the utility pedals.
Oh my.
But I released 4 pedals on that day. So yeah.
Wow.
I call them the 4 horsemen.
That's unheard of, really. I mean that's an incredible launch. So what are the 4 horsemen we're looking at? The
4 horsemen would be the Tyrannosaur Mega Driver,
okay,
and the Lord Germfett, and the Atomic World Ender,
okay,
and then the Meteoric Echo Monster.
There you go.
So, judging by the names, you understand what we're talking about. The Atomic World Ender. It sounds like it definitely you can get there.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Now, before we go any further on these, one of the unique things that you've done with most of these pedals is you've given a couple options. On one, you've got 3. On the Dagger, you've got 3 outgoing options. And you've created your utility pedals, which is a switcher, which we're pretty familiar with. A very popular one that people are familiar with is going to be like the Morning Glory, like I think certainly V4 because it's got the gain switch, but you can actually use a little switcher pedal to activate that instead of having 2-foot switches on the pedal. So you've got a switcher, but then you also have an optical effects pedal. And by pedal I mean it's a little square.
Yeah.
So
it's an expression pedal.
It is an expression pedal. And go ahead and just explain how and why you might use that particular piece of equipment.
Yeah. It works with any pedal. I think some people might think it's only for Hangman pedals, but it works for any pedal, and it's just an expression pedal. But it's controlled by light. So if you're in a setting where the light is pretty consistent, like maybe not on a stage at a concert, maybe the light's going to be really different. But if you're in your house or your studio, you can use it like a regular expression pedal. You can just cover it with your foot, and it works like a regular expression pedal. But my favorite thing about it is how tiny it is. It's just so small. It can fit on any board. You can just put it like in the little corner of your board, and you have an expression pedal. So it's a nice little form factor. And it's also fun to mess around with the light aspect. If you have like a strobe light or any kind of weird changing light, you can have your pedal react to that light. So you can do some fun things with that.
That is really cool. Super, super clever. Okay, let's talk about
the 4 horsemen.
The 4 horsemen, starting with...
Let's start with the Meteoric Echo Monster.
Ooh, the most complex one.
Yes. I like that idea. Because this one does have, now we're looking at 8 big knobs, 2 small knobs, 3 toggle switches, and then 2 foot switches. This one has a lot going on.
Yeah.
So, what inspired you to do this?
I mean, one of the things that has inspired me for a lot of my pedals is just kind of including everything I can. You know, I think a lot of companies, not just pedal companies, all companies, they kind of often cripple their products so they can release, you know, a version 2 the next year. And it's like, I would rather just release a whole different pedal the next year. So looking at these 4 Horsemen and especially the Dagger, I was just like, I want to include everything that I can, you know, to a degree, to a point.
Right.
But yeah, so, you know, having like a kill dry switch or the momentary mode, it's like these are little kind of aspects of the pedal that, you know, one person might not use one of them, but then the other person, it's their favorite thing that the pedal does. So, you know, I was just trying to include everything I could think of. So that's kind of
you
where it
really
came
did.
from.
And hidden amongst all this, and first of all, not first of all, we're way past first. Black and gold is, I love black and gold stuff. So I was like,
too.
wow, this is fantastic because it's
If
all
you
gold
couldn't tell.
knobs. So you have one of these is a wave knob, which has 8 options of waveforms for your modulation. Can you find it, Tony?
Yeah, right there.
It's in a forest of knobs. Yeah. That is, I mean, just having 8 options, even if your pedal just was a delay pedal, but you had that knob on there, that would be a thing on its own.
Yeah.
But then you get into all of the other things where you've got repeats, you've got voice, you've got a boost, you've got depth, speed, so many things. And then not to mention the depth levels for the modulation on a toggle switch, which I thought was really clever.
Yeah. If you only had one of those settings, so it's a triple toggle switch.
Yeah.
So if you only had one of those settings, you would be really locked in to just one kind of range of depth. So I was like, man, I want to have all the depth you can have, or a little tiny bit of depth. So that's why I put the switch on there, so you can really decide how deep you want to go with that primary modulation.
You also have a dry kill, which I think is bananas. Yeah. Because then you it's just the effect. There's no guitar signal going through it, which is, I mean, that's just a totally different way to hear your guitar.
Yeah,
by not
that
hearing
was
your
really
guitar.
important. Yeah, that was really important to me because the delay time goes so short.
Yeah.
That you can do like a chorus, or if you turn it off, you could do like a vibrato. So one of my favorite things to do on the Echo Monster is like a lo-fi, warbly vibrato that kind of sounds like, you know, an old broken record or something. So that's a cool thing you could do with the dry kill.
Your foot switches are also working very hard. Your bypass switch is an intelligent switch. Explain that.
It's not like a smart car or anything. It doesn't do that much. But
it drives itself.
Yeah, exactly. It plays the guitar for you. No. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So it's a soft switch, so you don't have that big clunk that I'm not the biggest fan of.
I agree.
And then it's intelligent. So yeah, if you hold it down for more than, I think, 350 milliseconds, it will momentarily bypass or turn on or off the pedal. So you can do some nice like sprinkling in delay only when you want it. Or if you're using the boost, you can just hold it down for like one little lick and then lift up and it turns back off. So yeah.
Yeah. It's like 17 pedals in this
That's
pedal.
a fair assessment. It
I mean,
really
it's
is.
really remarkable. And I think so when you make your pedals, we hear lots of different responses to this. I would love to know when you are working on, or when you worked on these pedals, like, were you thinking of, I just want this, or were you like, man, I would love for so and so to be able to play this, or this type of musician. Like, who are these for?
Yeah, that's actually funny you asked. I'm literally just an hour ago, I was working on a video for Instagram that's kind of talking about that, like how I think of ideas and stuff. And yeah, definitely the first kind of thing I think about is, what do I want? You know, as a musician, like what would I play? What am I looking for? Mm-hmm. That was actually kind of the impetus to the whole company in a way, because I was looking for like an overdrive sound and I just couldn't find it. I went through like 30 pedals and I just couldn't find that sound I wanted. So I was like, I'm going to have to learn how to make it.
Yeah, put all so 30 into one, essentially. Is what
exactly. Just put them all in a row. Yeah.
Too cool.
So
too
yeah,
cool.
that's a big aspect of that. It's just like, what do I want? So like, especially with the Echo Monster, like all these random little features are just things that I think would be cool when I'm playing music.
Yeah. Now on the inside, let us not forget the inside, because this was a new one for me, I think. One of your panels has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different boxes, or rather 7. So you have 7 other effects. No, sorry. Let me get this straight. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 4 ways to further manipulate or personalize this pedal on the inside of the pedal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty excessive in a complimentary way, I think. Most people don't bother to do that. So what's up with that?
Yeah, it kind of just goes back to that, like, I don't want to leave anything out if I don't have to. You know, if it doesn't really cost me anything more, I may as well throw it in there. So a lot of the things that are on the insides
a really good soup
of all
is
of
made,
our
by the way.
Exactly. Exactly.
Clear out the
So yeah, a lot of our
refrigerator.
pedals are kind of like the stuff that's on the inside is not super important. Like most people will probably never touch it. But, you know, there might be those couple people out there that are like, man, I wish I could do this, or I wish I could change that. And maybe you can. Maybe it's on the inside. So.
Well, and because we're talking about echo, I want to point out that you've got a delay echo switch that changes the decay of the decay trails. In echo mode, repeats get increasingly darker. That's just a really thoughtful thing to be considering. And if what we're seeing also right now in the musicscape is there's a big return to like I guess I'm going to say shoegaze, but it's not. I don't want us to get stuck in shoegaze, but big sculptural sound, chaos sound is I'm seeing much more of that, and that's like the holy grail for this. If that's what you're into, if you're like, oh my gosh, I love the Loveless album, well, boys and girls, that is what you need. Remarkable.
Oh yeah, between the boost and then the pressable noise knobs, you can do a lot of shoegazy stuff.
Oh man, for sure. Now let's move on to the first one that I opened up, the Tyrannosaur Mega Driver. This is you've got some really great stuff on the back too. I think we need to mention that. This particular one, you say the Tyrannosaur Mega Driver's LED is filled with fragments of actual Tyrannosaurus Rex fossilized bone, at least 65 million years old, recovered on a private land in South Dakota from the Hell Creek Formation. Again, just all these touches. It shows that you like really, really care about what you're doing, and as a person who appreciates that kind of thing and likes to collect pedals and stuff, that is a huge currency bump in what you're providing, and I appreciate you doing that. All right.
Definitely,
tell us about the Tyrannosaurus Rex pedal.
the dinosaur or the pedal?
Yeah.
Let's talk about dinosaurs.
It's just a big chicken.
Green, I think.
It's a big chicken.
Yes.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, so the Tyrannosaur Mega Driver, that kind of was a big part of that like overdrive sound I was looking for but couldn't find. And yeah, this circuit does something interesting. It's called reverse beta. It's something that a couple pedals out there do, but very few. But it's basically where you like flip the transistors the opposite way, and then you kind of bias them that way, and they sound pretty good. So yeah, the Tyrannosaur is probably one of our most versatile. You can get like almost a clean sound all the way to like crazy, fuzz distortion kind of madness. But yeah, my favorite thing about that pedal is the gated boost. So it has a regular boost that just gives you another gain stage. And then the switch on the right, which also could be the foot switch on the right if you want it to be, it turns on the gated boost, which kind of totally changes the sound of the pedal. It's actually an entire independent circuit getting turned on in there. So it's like two pedals in one. So when you turn that gated boost on, it's like a gated boost. So it gates the signal, so it gets really quiet, so you don't have to deal with noise or anything. And then it kind of gives it a little more of like a fuzz, kind of sputtery, velvety sound. So it really changes the vibe of the overdrive.
Yeah. Now I think the knob titles say pretty much what this pedal does.
Give it to us, Tony.
There's the roar pedal, the growl pedal, or knob, I should say, and the meat. Meat. This is excellent. Yeah, and this is not for the faint of heart. I mean, this is a seriously heavy duty pedal. It's very cool, and the added features, having the gated on there and the gain stages and everything. I think it's. If you need something that's pretty intense, this is the one.
I don't know. There's another one that's even more than one.
Is there another one? Oh, that's right.
There's a much more one.
Yeah, there's a couple more.
Yeah, but that is. I think it's fair to say that's probably your most befitting of. You're expecting high gain. But not, insane. That's probably your pedal, right?
Yeah. It's really good for anyone who wants to buy their first Hangman pedal and doesn't want to spend weeks learning how it works, or maybe not weeks, but days. But yeah, it's definitely our simplest pedal. It's just two switches, three knobs, fairly simple.
You just mentioned something that I think is interesting, though, because a lot of times what we will get stuck in is like, oh, I heard it do that sound, and that's the thing that I want. And a lot of people just stop there. Your pedals actually kind of force you to do is to really get familiar with not just the pedal, but how your guitar is interacting with a pedal, and I'm going to say for like all pedals at that point, because you really do get an understanding of my pickups are, you got all your different pickup switches. You got all the switches going on here. You've got your amp. You've got your cab. There's a lot of variables, and it forces you to reckon with all of those things. And I think that is actually a really kind of neat learning experience, because you're not going to just mess with the knobs and controls on the pedal, because there are so many of those factors that you're going to have to mess with your amp. You're going to have to mess with your guitar a little bit. And I think it just kind of makes you a little bit more familiar with what's possible.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Lord Germfet.
I like this one a lot.
Yeah.
This one is kind of a combination. Well, it's a double pedal. It's got a germanium side and it's got a JFET side.
Yeah.
You can change orders. You can emphasize one side over the other. This one, you can really dial it in so it hurts your ears, but you can also control it a little bit too.
I found that one actually, at least for me, to be the most controllable at lower. It offered me the most range at lower gain.
Right.
Definitely. Yeah.
And the difference between those two and all the other options that are loaded into that. I think that's one that I was like, oh, I've been playing this for kind of a while now.
Yeah.
Because I just kept discovering new things, and it's kind of a misinformation to say like, oh, then you switch this and it sounds like this. Little tweaks on all these knobs make big differences, and orders.
Yeah.
And now I flip this switch. Well, what does that mean to the knobs I just did? So you gain a whole lot of options in the micro adjustment world.
Definitely. Yeah. I like to say this is our low to medium gain pedal. Because it is definitely the best of all of our pedals at doing that.
Yeah.
But I also feel like I don't want that to sound limiting. Like, it only just does like a low to medium gain. Because between that low and that medium, and it also can go really high.
Oh, yeah.
But there's so many sounds. Like, this is definitely the pedal I get the most like really nice compliments on. Like, I'll have people emailing me 2 months after they bought one and just being like, man, I've never played a pedal like this. It just makes my whole rig sound so good. And I'm like, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing I liked about it is it was pretty intuitive. I mean, it's very familiar because, it's not overly complex. And if, you can say, oh, that's a germanium side. Oh, that's the JFET side. Okay, that makes sense. Let's blend them together. Let's change the order. Let's do all kinds of fun stuff. And this was a fun one to play with.
Yeah. I also really like the presence option on there. So you have a toggle for presence. And I think when you're working with drives, again, you may say, I love the feel of this drive, but my humbuckers, maybe I should be using my P90 or something because maybe it just doesn't have as much edge as you want or bite to it. And that can actually, it's like, no, keep the same drive sound, keep all the same things you just did. And it's pop, here's
Flip
just
the switch.
A little bit of
exactly.
a little bit of sunshine on your face.
That's exactly why I threw it in there. It was really meant to be like a pickup changer of the tone. So like on my guitar with the bridge and the neck pickup, I just flip the presence switch and it sounds perfect on either one of those pickups.
Yep. I think that's a very smart thing to put on a pedal. Boy, there's just I have the book open and it's like if I'm not careful, I'll forget I'm doing this show here.
Are you doing a podcast, Todd?
Yeah. So again, remarkable amount of things. And then if you open this one up too, you got old stock Russian germanium transistors in this. You've got a tame switch, which lowers the overall available gain of the germanium side. Lowering the germ's gain can make it cleaner, lower noise. And it's like, just in that, it's like a whole other pedal if you just do that.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Oh, and a bias trim pot, because, duh.
Absolutely.
All right, Tony, what's next?
The last of the horsemen, the Atomic World Ender. This one, this was the most intense.
Gee, how'd you come up with that name?
This one is, man, this is
intense.
it's over the top.
Yeah, it really is. And this one, we were talking about some of the artifacts in here, but this one, I think you need to share what you put in the LED on this because it's pretty.
Yeah, this is an interesting one. So this one worked out pretty well because it definitely is our most insane pedal. It's anybody who plays like punk or thrash or just crazy loud music. This will be a fun one for them. But I found this rare artifact of it's pieces of the shield window that was used when they were extracting the uranium for the Nagasaki and Hiroshima nukes. So it's that glass. People who looked through that glass got to see what later became those nuclear bombs.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, pretty intense. A little sad, but interesting story behind it.
Yeah. This one also has something that you wouldn't necessarily expect if you're going to be like, hey, I want a really insane gain pedal. I absolutely love the chopper button. That as soon as I hit that, I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute. And instantly I was like, I know I could use this on, one of the two songs that I'm working on. I was like, now, and that's just me hitting it. That's not me spending like hours with it trying to figure out how else to use it. But can you tell us about the chopper?
Yeah. So the chopper side, it's pretty simple in its how it works, but you can do a lot of different things with it actually, because it basically goes from pretty slow to extremely fast to the point where it becomes an audible note. So that basically turns it into a drone. So you can actually use the chopper side as like a drone behind your fuzz playing. So that's always, if I use it and I want the heaviest possible sound I can imagine, I hit that drone note in a -1 octave, or actually -2 octave. It just gives this like rumbling bass drone note behind your playing. So that's a really fun way to use it. But yeah, it's basically just a chopper tremolo. It's pretty much full on, full off. So you can do some really cool like stutter effects. And that foot switch is also intelligent. So you can just hold it down for a little burst of chopper if you want. It's a really fun aspect of that pedal.
Man. You said that it was a tremolo. I think it was almost like it was almost like a doubler. It's like a tremolo is almost not even like at least what my experience was. It literally felt like it was like just a split second doubler. So you hit it, it's like hit it, and it was just awesome. And if you hit that with your with the Echo Monster and or any other delay, now you got a party.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got one more in the line, and the cool thing is, as we're going through these pedals, a lot of times, we're trying to highlight some of the stuff, and some people don't always put all the information in the pedals, so you're going like, I guess it's okay, it's a low gain and it's germanium, ba-da-ba-da-ba-ding-a-donk. But no, you're going to learn everything you want and more. Even if you just go to the website, you're going to learn a ton about these pedals. So please go check them out. The last one, and probably...
Can I just add one really quick thing about the Atomic World in there?
Yes.
Just one of my favorite things about it is the fuzz side. It's like 27 fuzzes in one because they're all triple switches. And they all change the sound in a pretty big way, especially the bottom one. So you can do an octave or a no octave that's gated, or a no octave that's not gated. So those are like 3 very different fuzzes that you can all get from just the one side. So that's one of my favorite things about it.
Yep. Options. You have them.
Options.
We have options.
Yes. Okay. Now the last one. This is a beautiful pedal. It is a brutal looking pedal in a beautiful way. It really is kind of scary. I see a lot of pedals, and when I pulled this out of the box, I was like, oh my, this is really, really something very well done, very well thought of. Your knob layout, the toggle layout, everything has been considered. Everything. It's perfect. So tell us about the Dagger, the dynamic auto gain gate pedal.
Yeah, this is definitely our most unique and definitely the direction I want to go as a company is, making things that people haven't seen before. So, the original idea came to me maybe 2 or 3 years ago as I was working on the Four Horsemen, actually. I just had this idea for an envelope that instead of controlling a filter or a tremolo speed or whatever, it can control the amount of gain, like the actual gain knob of a dirt pedal. And I did some tests and I figured out that it totally works and it's a pretty wild effect. And then I spent the next 3 years trying to figure out what kind of pedal I'm going to put that in. So I ended up, deciding on it's got to be an overdrive and a fuzz because it's so fun to play on both and it's so different to have the fuzziness get turned up as you play harder, or to have the overdrive gain get turned up. So it's like very different kind of sounds. So yeah, I ended up on this fuzz overdrive circuit where you can blend in the amount of fuzz or overdrive. And then all the knobs in the bottom, the black knobs, are the DAG, the dynamic auto gain gate. So that kind of decides how it works with your playing. Or if you want to just turn it off, you can just turn it off and you can hit the right foot switch. And instead of your playing triggering it, the right foot switch can trigger it, among other things. But yeah, it's basically just however hard you play, you can set it to increase the gain whatever amount you want. So you can go from like an overdrive to a fuzz just by how hard you play, which is a really interesting effect. I can play it for hours. It's really fun to play.
Speaking of playing, it just dawned on me because I was messing around with the toggle. These all, unless I hope we're not breaking anything, but all of these, most of them depress.
Oh, that's just how toggles work. They have a spring in them.
I haven't run across toggles that have done that, or I have not bothered to check.
Maybe you need to push your toggle.
Maybe I need to go home and push all my toggles.
You're gonna have a toggle pushing day.
Yeah, well, not all. No, it's only your three ways do that.
Yeah, the three way. Yeah. The three way.
Okay, I didn't know if you secretly baked in like 27 other effects as a result of that.
That would be really cool, though. That would be really cool.
That's in V2.
I've never.
Yeah.
I've got a room full of pedals. I've never noticed that. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. I wonder why that is.
Now, this one has fragments of an authentic World War II military issue knife blade.
That's pretty cool.
I like it.
History sitting right in front of us. So when you put this together and you got the three lower knobs all in a row, was that something that you thought of like right away, or like do all these things hit you at the same time, or does it just keep building?
Oh, no, it's a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of prototyping. With the Dagger, I got kind of lucky with that one because it kind of is separated between the main four knobs, the volume, tone, overdrive, and fuzz, and then the like DAG, dynamic auto gain gate four knobs are kind of like clearly separate things. So that one was fairly simple. I was like, okay, the main knobs should be the big knobs, and then the whole DAG section can be the little knobs. But yeah, it's a lot of drawing on paper and thinking about knob placement and switch placement. And yeah, a lot of trial and error.
Man, and a lot of hardware. Whew. Well, you certainly have created something unique in the pedal world with your entire line, your entire approach. Honestly, I just am really, really impressed, blown away, and grateful that you're out there doing this stuff, man.
Thank you. I can't wait for people to see what we have coming next.
Yeah.
Can you give us a hint?
Evil laugh.
Are other people going to be able to buy knobs and toggles, or is that?
He has the market cornered.
Yeah. The pedal industry crashed this week as the extraordinarily large order of knobs decimated the entire too cool, man. Well, please keep us updated on that. And ladies and gentlemen, as you were watching, also make sure you check out his social stuff because it's very engaging.
Yeah. It's
very creative. He does some great musical collabs and stuff that he's got up there, and it's just it's just good stuff.
I'm happy to hear that because I've spent my whole life behind the camera, and I got to say it's awkward being in front of it. So
yeah,
I'm glad that it's not horrible.
Well, I think one of the big things about that, it's one thing to say like, oh, look at this awesome video I did about my pedal and everything. I think maybe more so, and honestly, this is the whole foundation of our show, is that we get to see you in the pedals. We get to see your personality. We're connecting with you
Totally.
before the product, maybe even. And I think that's something that Tony and I have been very keen to make sure that our listeners get a sense of like, man, I really dig this person, or I appreciate their creative outlook, or I love how technical they are about stuff. And now I listen to them and I understand their personality and what they like to laugh at and what inspires them. And when you then ultimately get the product, that is, you now have a connection. And it isn't just something that you bought off a shelf in a box at a store. So,
yeah. I think that's more important than ever. We see these mega corporations kind of taking over every corner of the world, and we still, luckily, we still have these, boutique pedal companies around. And I think it's important to stay in touch with your customers and get them, as much as you can, make them feel like they know you, and so they'll continue to support you so we don't all die out.
Creativity will always fight back.
Absolutely.
All right. Tony?
Yes, Todd?
My mouth got all jumbled up there.
Let's run you through the meteoric echo monster.
What? Oh, run me through it. I'm like, we already did that. What?
No, let's run you through it.
Are we on that big of a delay with that?
We can get a bigger delay, yeah.
Even Christmas. Anyways, all right. We have something to do right now.
What is that, Todd?
Would you rather?
That's right. This point of the show is a little game we play called Would You Rather. Now, this week's Would You Rather is brought to us by our good friend, Bruce Bacon.
Bruce
Bacon. He entitles this one, Heavy Metal Plectrum.
Aha.
So, you're walking down the street and you're fumbling to get your wallet out of your pocket when a penny flies out instead and lands on the ground. You see it, but disregard it because you're in a hurry. Mm-hmm. Now, pennies are a rare breed now these days. Yeah, so that's kind of silly.
That's another story.
Well, guess what happens? A giant puff of smoke appears in front of you, and out arises Plecky, the demon of heavy metal plectrums. He booms, "How dare you throw away sacred metal? For that, you will learn the errors of your ways. I will force you to play with a metal plectrum for the next year."
Okay.
You may grind the plectrum into any shape you choose. After a year has passed, the metal pick will vanish, and you may return to your pitiful Tortex. Plecky motions his arm down, and a bolt of lightning shoots from his hand into the ground, and there you see 2 coins. 2 coins. I think he ran off with the penny, if I'm not mistaken. The first is a British late 1960s sixpence made famous by, of course, Brian May. The coin is slightly larger in diameter than a modern dime and the thickness of about 1.24 millimeters. Okay. It does weigh about 20% more than a modern dime, however.
You know who else was very famous for that? Or maybe not as famous, but famous nonetheless. Paul Reynolds, the I think he was like 15-year-old guitar player from Flock of Seagulls.
Oh, really?
Yes. They couldn't afford picks. Yep.
That's what he did. That's what the pick made him do. Mm-hmm. The second is a 1970s Mexican peso made famous by Billy Gibbons. The peso is slightly larger in diameter and thickness compared to our current American quarter. It weighs almost double of a quarter.
Yes.
That's heavy. That's heavy metal. Mm-hmm. Both of these coins are made of copper and nickel and have reeded edges.
Yes.
Striped.
Fluted,
you say. Would you rather play with the sixpence or the peso as your plectrum for the next year?
All right. That was a good one, Bruce. Very imaginative. Thank you so much.
Excellent.
All right, Tony, you go ahead and lead us off. We're going to give Paul just a moment to gargle some honey water because he's been talking so much, and then we'll check in with him.
Well, I actually experimented with metal picks many years ago. I mean, there was a story of Paul McCartney putting pennies on train tracks, and when the train would come over, it would flatten them out, and that's apparently what he would play with. Between these two,
that makes sense though with the bass.
With the bass, yeah. Boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom. That's what a bass sounds like. Between these two, I don't know if I can handle the Billy Gibbons thing. And here's the thing about Billy Gibbons: he plays like 7 through 38 or something like that on his guitar.
Yeah.
Super light strings, and I can't imagine using this heavy, thick metal pick on this on that gauge of strings.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going with the Brian May sixpence.
Okay.
It's thinner, a little bit smaller. I might be able to grind it into a point or something like that.
Yep.
Because Plecky said I could do that.
Yep.
And we'll give that a try. I'll probably blow through strings like mad, but that's what I'm doing. I'm doing the sixpence.
Okay. How about you, sir?
Paul.
Me? Oh.
Sir Paul.
Sir Paul.
Yeah.
Sir Paul Justice.
I ask myself this exact same question every day. No, I'm just kidding. This is a weird one. I don't know if I've ever experimented with metal picks. That's really interesting.
All you have to do is
loud.
you just have to walk down the street and drop a penny on the ground, and Plecky apparently will appear.
Yeah. Exactly. I like a loud pedal, so I probably like the thicker one. I think that would make a pretty loud guitar. And I have a belt sander, so I could probably sand it down to something pick shaped.
Yeah.
So yeah, probably the thicker one. That sounds fun to try.
Mm-hmm. All right, that sounds good.
Well, I'm gonna go with the peso.
Yeah.
Spent a lot of time down in Mexico. Grew up in Southern California. I know what that feels like. I don't know what a sixpence feels like. And also, the picks I use currently are the V picks, specifically the Screamer, which is a thicker pick.
Really?
Which has helped my hand because I was having a lot of hand problems there. It's
That's what you use?
Yeah. You've seen it. It's a 2.75 millimeter thickness.
Oh my goodness.
Whoa.
Yeah, but I'm playing the same. I haven't changed my music style. It got easier.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm not having to grip it like it's. If I let go of this pick, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
I think I break too many strings.
Well, it's forced me to lighten my
attack.
playing hands, my attack, which is kind of nice. And the space, the thing I was having trouble with was if you press your fingers together really hard, even if there's a pick there, pretty soon it's tough to feel the pick. Your fingers are going, I can't feel it, so you press even harder, and that creates a lot of strain on your hand. So with that little thickness, your fingers, it's more tactile. You can feel it better. I can, anyways.
Interesting.
So that's why I've switched over to that. So thanks, V-Picks.
So you're a peso.
Maybe you could sponsor our show. I'm just saying. Anyways, that's what I got. Now, and by the way, if you do get V-Picks, the whole my dryer is full of my husband's picks, you probably won't let that happen because they're $5 a piece. So, yeah, much fewer picks lost. I guarantee that.
I think that is an excellent point.
Yeah, that's got 3 points.
Yeah. It's a triangular shape.
It is. It's nice. You should check them out, people. Okay. All right. We got a few people to thank, and then we're going to let our friend Paul go for the night.
Excellent idea. At this point of the show, Todd, there's a special group of people we love to thank. These are our executive producers. Now, an executive producer helps make this show possible. How do you, as a mere mortal, become an executive producer? You head over to patreon.com/The Guitar Knobs. Check out a couple different levels in which you can participate and become a sponsor, a friend, a hero of the podcast. Each level comes with some very nice thank you gifts and opportunities to win great stuff and help us celebrate our 10th anniversary and soon our 500th episode.
Yes.
I tell you, it's all coming this year.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But I think beyond all that great stuff, there's one thing more.
Yes.
What would that be?
You get to have your name read on the thing.
You get to have your name read on the thing, and that's what I'm going to do right now. So special thanks to these executive producers: Anthony Lathrop, Brett Hogarth, Cameron Pampas, Darren Gregory, Don Kloss, Elad Mizrahi, James Bell, James White, John Esterly from Buzzer FX, John Sebastian, John Halverson, Justin Jones, Ken Sayers, Michael Senchuk, Mike Davenport, Owen Eads, Pluton, Ralph Gottschalk from Wonderful Audio Technology. What? Richard Kendall, Rick Calhoun, Rusty Sneeden, Stefan Lamb, Tom Brazen, Trevor Ellenberg, Trevor Gunberg, Vader and Pedals, Caribou Gone, Ed Rossler, and Uday Ram.
Yes, Uday. Had a great conversation with him the other day.
Hi, Uday. But Todd, there's more. There's a special group of executive producers. We like to call them our Grand Poobahs. These are the creme de la creme, the top of the heap, the A number ones, and they wear a fez upon their head whilst listening to this podcast. So special thanks to these Grand Poobahs. Anthony Jamalero, Billy Spitfire Unlimited, Bob Crouch, Brian Robison, Cody Foster, David Kaminga, David Tyndall, Enrico Fernando, Fox Hill Studio, Gregory Randall, Hex Matos, John Williams, Martin Cliff, Matt Hart, Michael Van Zant, Michio Murakishi, Moon Guitars, Pedro Vasquez, Sam Jett, Steve Keys, James Pennington, Zach Oswald from Brandon Wound Pickups, Jonathan Labate from M2 Labs, Ty Barnes, James Castellano, and Kenny Howes.
Yes, Kenny. I think we're going to have him back on soon, I think, right?
I think you said we were.
That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We cannot do this without you. And my taxes proved it.
Are we officially a nonprofit agency?
Maybe not officially, but yes. So we need to say a monster thanks to Paul, Mr. Justice, Meredith, for not only sharing these incredible pedals with us, but also sharing a fair amount of his time hanging out and telling you all about him.
Excellent.
Thank you guys for having me on.
Of course.
If people want to buy this cool stuff, where can they go?
When people want to buy this stuff?
When?
Yeah,
Not if.
exactly.
When? Where can they go?
Hangman FX, hangmanfx.com.
Okay.
And FX, 2 letters, FX. Yeah.
Yes.
The letter F, the letter X.
Yep. Now, Tony Baloney, where can people find the things that you do?
You just head over to pickguardian.com, check out the stuff that I do. What do? I make custom pick guards for guitars. How do you get one? You shoot me an email. You let me know what you need, what you're trying to do, what pickups you're using, what material you want, all the stuff. Let me know. I'll probably have some good advice for you, too. Mm-hmm. As Todd likes to say, it's your opportunity to make your guitar even more yours.
Yes. You can shoot me a DM on Instagram. It's the best way to get a hold of me. We love to connect with you guys out there. Send us a little shout. We'll just have a chat. How about that?
That sounds good.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay positive. Have a fantastic guitar week. And subscribe!
Yep.
You have something to whet your whistle, Paul? Okay, we're joining. I wonder if he's there.
I wonder.
Hope he's there. I
He's
really
mad
hope
at you.
there. I
He's
hope
mad at you.
Because we messed up because Tony didn't hit the button.
Look, it's green again.
What? Excellent.
I like that idea.
Yes, especially yours doing all 4 of them.
That's utterly ridiculous.
Anyways, yeah. I must have stood there for 15 minutes looking at it. It absolutely stopped me in my tracks. It was the Parisian beggar girl from Sergeant. I was speechless. We'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it.
it.
We'll take it. He's not mad at us. He's not mad at all.
There
He's
he is.
happy to be here a week later.
The same great taste.
Less filling.
No, not less filling.
More filling.
At least as filling. I'm just asking one thing.
One
okay.
thing. Yes.
Paul, don't screw this up, okay?
Yeah. Come on,
And I know in the email you said
thinking.
you asked me not to mention your work as a mime in Paris for a month. It didn't work out. It's still red. Don't worry. It's still good.
It's still good. I'm looking at it.
Both of us are looking at it. Our eyeballs are going to be really tired at the end of this. I think
It's going to be what it's going to
be.
be. Stop wasting
I'll try my best.
our precious time here. You got it?
We run a professional
I'll
outfit.
try my best.
Hey,
I
it's
just
a
have
great-
one last question.
Yeah.
Are we still recording? No.
Oh, dude, you just about gave me a heart attack. And away we go.
Well, that's it for these knobs. Please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/The Guitar Knobs. Visit our website at theguitarknobs.com for all of our past episodes, 4 on the Floor blog, and other good stuff. You can connect with us on social too at our Facebook page and share your gear and stories on our Facebook group. Also, be sure to check out our Instagram at Guitar Knobs. Catch you next time.